and many thanks for joining us on this week's edition of Kogi in Focus, the program that puts the spotlight on happenings and development in and around Kogi, Nigeria's confluent state. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. In today's package, Kogi State government empowers 12,000 rice farmers across the state through the second phase of the Anchor Borrowers Scheme. Kogi State also makes changes in its list of political appointees in move to improve service delivery. And from the streets this week, we aggregate views from the public on the wind of defection blowing across the National Assembly. All these and more when we return. Don't go away. Welcome back. The Kogi State government has launched the second phase of the Anchor Borrowers program designed to empower thousands of rice farmers across the state. The state government announced the disbursement of farm inputs with a total loan of 230,000 naira each to 12,000 rice farmers across the 3 senatorial zones at the official launch of the program at Government House, Lokoja.
The Vice President of the Rice Association of Nigeria, Abdullahi Yawa, said it was important that beneficiaries utilize the loan facility according to the rules to allow more farmers benefit from the program.
I want to remind fellow members of Rice Farmers Association that it has been said, this is an empowerment program, and it is not a grant, it is a loan. And the loan is so structured that if you keep to the agreement, it is our hope, it is our prayers that after 3 cycles of rice production, you become on your own, you become empowered to be able to farm continuously without going to Unity Bank to borrow any more money. The only reason why you may wish to go back there again, if you want to expand your farm.
The Kogi State government says more farming-related empowerment programs are on the way, adding that the state government needs the support of the people to succeed in its plans to improve the lives of all.
Any program of the federal government of Nigeria, through its agencies and other states at local government level, people should not doubt it. It is no longer business as usual. It is Mr. President Muhammadu Buhari who is in charge, and he would ensure that all processes are followed without bias, without intimidation, without discrimination, so that those who are entitled will benefit. I'm sure we have 12,000 beneficiaries today. Next season, it will boost participation, and we may have double that number or more. And that is how we'll continue to grow our economy by empowering our people. That's the plan of Mr. President, to diversify from the dependence on oil and gas to other sectors of the society like agriculture, solid mineral mining, and tourism.
It is a crime to sell any of these inputs. If you know you are not a rice farmer and your name gets into this list accidentally, please don't come for the inputs, because we already arranged law enforcement agents at the various distribution centers to arrest anybody with the intention of selling any of these inputs. We are not selling inputs, rather we are empowering farmers to be successful.
The Kogi State Rice Farmers Association Chairman, Peace Emaiko, and some of the loan beneficiaries expressed their delight.
We would equally request that Your Excellency provide us with adequate security in our respective farm centers across the state. Your Excellency, sir, we would want Your Excellency to provide us with adequate logistics for effective monitoring of the project monitoring team in the state. We wish to use this medium to express the Rice Farmer Association revamp of our unalloyed support and loyalty to Your Excellency New Direction Agenda beyond 2019. May God bless you.
And by the grace of God, we are all going to the farm to farm rice, and we will not disappoint.
I'm part of a beneficiary. I thank God.
So how much is your loan?
200 and something thousand.
And I pray this loan we are taking today, may Almighty God help us to pay so that we can get more loan of this one.
As a farmer, they give me fertilizer, 6 bag and pump and rice.
I'm very grateful for the government, and God will bless him.
May God bless you. As you do for us, may God do for now.
2.7 billion naira has been allocated to be distributed through designated banks to 12,000 successfully screened rice farmers across the 21 local government areas of the state. Each farmer is expected to repay the loan in 3 installments, after which they can apply for further assistance. More than 4,000 farmers benefited from the first release of over 1 billion naira earmarked for the Anchor Borrowers program for Kogi State rice farmers in the first quarter of 2018.
Kogi State government has carried out a realignment of political appointees. According to a statement released by the Secretary to the State Government, Ayuade Folashade Arike, Malam Abdulmimin Danga is the Senior Special Advisor on Political Matters to replace Abdullahi Bello, who was recently elected Chairman of the State Chapter of the All Progressives Congress. Oinoi John Adams is the new Senior Special Assistant on Security, Central District, while Aminu Bala has been appointed Senior Special Assistant on Security and Intelligence. Other changes include the redeployment of Abdulkarim Baba Ali, former Senior Special Assistant on Security, Kogi Central, who is now the Senior Special Assistant on Security Information Gathering. Former Administrator of Ogori Mangongo Local Government, Moses Akonde, is the Senior Special Assistant on Interstate Affairs, while Baron Okoli, former Administrator of Igalamela Odolu Local Government Area, is the Senior Special Assistant on Boundaries and Delineation Matters. The new administrators of Ogori Magongo and Igalamela Odolu Local Government Areas, as approved by Governor Yahya Bello, are Goke Oparison for Ogori Magongo and Onogu Patrick Danjuma for Igalamela Odolu. The governor also approved the appointment of Idris Meyaki to replace Mustafa Alade as the chairman Kogi State Elders Advisory Council in Lokoja Local Government Area. The appointment take immediate effect. The appointees were told in the statement to use their experience to unite the people and move the entire state forward. Kogi State government has warned teenage girls to steer clear of self-destructive vices. The call was made by motivational speakers at an event in Lokoja, put together by the office of the wife of the state governor, Rashida Bello, tagged Saving Tomorrow's Women. Motivational speakers who spoke with them said so many young girls have become victims of circumstances could have been avoided with proper guidance.
I heard the story of a lady who was told such a story that until she has, sex with someone, the menstrual pains and the cramps will not go away. And the first attempt, she got loaded with HIV and she died. Now, you never can tell who is loaded with what because it's not written on the forehead. And most of the time, you don't really ask anybody for their medical certificate of fitness before you go to bed with them. So it is better to zip up.
There's no being, either a male or a female, that is not born of a woman. So women are great. So as a girl child, you are meant to be great. You don't be influenced by anything, anyhow. You are meant to be great. There's something great inside you. Come out and fulfill that potential that God has given you.
His Excellency Alhaji Yahya Dozabelu is getting it all right, because once you take care of the girl child in the society, you are invariably ensuring a better future for the society.
Advise every mother to be the best friend to their children, especially to teenagers, not just the daughters now, because even the boys are facing the same challenge in this present generation.
The society is filled with a whole lot of toxic people that are poisonous, that want to get them to do drugs. So if you were a teenager, you have to understand for a fact that you have to know your substantial worth, your essence, your destiny, and connect to that. If you have a pain in your heart, connect to your God. And the parents too. It needs to be, they need to have this empathy with their kids so that they won't just fear them, but they will be able to relate with them with love and help them become a better person if they were guardian. That's the truth.
I urge all the teenage girls, be yourself. Don't even try to step on anyone's shoe, because it's not going to fit into your life. Just be yourself and be focused.
You need to do a lot with your social media. Use it to learn, and at the same time use it to impact lives positively. There is no limit, or there is no benchmark or a certain age where girls should start making impact. We have 8-year-olds making impact with their stories. We have 9-year-olds. We have teenagers. We have young girls that are making a lot of impact. So lead girls out there, teenage girls out there, today is very important. Whatever you want to become tomorrow, you have to start today.
The co-convener, Peace Atta, advised parents to always monitor their daughters and ensure they stay on the right track.
As mothers, we must make sure that we all cooperate together and support each other to train and take care of a child. The truth is, I've heard so many people say it, and it's like an adage that only one woman cannot take care of her child. So it's a collective effort of women in the society, collective effort of teachers, and even collective effort of every person that a girl child associates with.
Some of the girls present at the event said it was more than worth the while.
I've actually learned to control myself, in the sense that when I feel that I want to have sex, I have to control myself.
If you're not ready to take up the responsibility of a mother, you shouldn't try to start following someone who will give you these sexual feelings or pleasure or stuff like that.
Now that it's possible, we should abstain totally from premarital sex, because it's a source of distraction. We should focus on our studies.
And they don't have to listen to what their friends are saying. They don't have to do what other people are doing, because not what everybody is doing is the right thing.
Top on the list of dangers highlighted at the event include sexual exploitation, human trafficking, drug abuse, smoking, and negative use of the internet and social media. Wives of political officers were among dignitaries present at the event. If you are just joining us, this is Kogi in Focus, a weekly review of government activities and happenings in and around Kogi State. For your information, contributions, event coverage, and other placements, please contact us through our social media handles and phone numbers displayed on your screen. Popular Kogi State burn rights crusader Natasha Botti has called for the inclusion of more physically challenged persons in government at all levels. She made the call at a one-day seminar in Lokoja which she says is aimed at maximizing the potential of the nation's physically challenged.
Akpoti expressed concern over the handouts culture in Nigeria in trying to solve the problems of the nation's physically challenged, which she described as temporary. She said deliberate efforts need to be employed to get them into positions of governance.
In Nigeria today, having over 20 million of our population amongst the disabled, it is important and imperative that they are also represented themselves, that we find our disabled people in positions of authority. No one will speak for the blind man.
She promised to work closely with the Kogi state government to achieve the aim.
As we await the moment where we begin to have our disabled folks in leadership authority, we ask for the state government and also the federal government to begin to promote policies that will offer opportunities for our disabled people. And like I told them today, that I look forward to a proposal from them so I could present before the Kogi State Governor, Alhaji Ayabelu, so that probably we could look into creating centers which will promote STEM, that's science, technology, engineering and math centers, whereby they could have think tank researchers and create opportunities for innovations amongst that will be driven by our disabled folks, because they have enough time to think and brainstorm through problems to offer solutions for our society.
It was a fun-filled day for all at the event, with the physically challenged persons that were present at the seminar as they sang and danced to music played by some of them and the popular artist T. Bright. The chairman of the Physically Challenged Forum and others were also in attendance. Many of them expressed delight at the convening of the forum and hailed Natasha Akpoti's efforts at ensuring they get a better deal out of the Nigerian society.
This is the first I've ever had in the history of Kogi State where one single soul will adopt 600 children, with disabilities, to cater for their well-being. To such, it's only God that can reward.
Really happy and appreciate the organizer of the program in person of the barrister Natasha Adiza Akpoti.
I just put upon myself that okay, let me just be in attendance, even though I had just 200 naira on me this morning due to the economic situation. You know what I'm talking about. So, but on reaching here, meeting this lady in her kind of ways of encouragement to persons like myself and her willingness to be by our side, supporting us.
Akpoti also gave financial support to those interested in starting up small-scale businesses. Barrister Natasha Akpoti, a human rights activist, has been in the news recently for a variety of positive reasons, including her fight for the resuscitation of the moribund Jaukuta Steel.
The fading culture of school sports in Nigeria has been a topic for discussion of late. Maybe this is responsible for the decline in the nation's sporting fortunes. Elias Abdusalam, a sports analyst who expressed his displeasure, called on government and the school authorities at all levels to do something about it.
Our constitution will play a bigger role. It is the constitution of this country that empowers office holders to give their optimum best. For example, talking about sports, the Ministry of Sports should have been guided by a laid down rules and regulation that will have made them to account at the end of the year how far or what they've done with the money allocation given to them from the budget.
Others say school sports is an easy avenue for discovering talent.
During our own time, that is inter-house. This is where you now fetch out those who are good in future that you can use. But presently, there's nothing like that.
And some schools, there are lack of the background of it, of which we will took it upon ourselves, visit some various schools to know. But we discovered that the die down of the inter-house sport is being caused by by the school authorities as a whole. Then we inclined to the government concerned to come to their aid.
One is to go down to grassroots development. That's why we thank God we in the sport club. We have been shouting that go to grassroots. There's so many abundant talent right from the grassroots up to national level. You cannot just be on the hem of fear. You catch them young. Go back to primary schools, either private or public. Go back to secondary school, and then before I talk about teacher, because from this primary school can get them young. But what do you see these days is that politics are eating deep. Those talented ones are not being picked.
It was a glorious moment for the family of late Samuel Folarimi and Sunday Solomon as the children Ogbeni David and Hannah Oluwadamilola were joined together as husband and wife at Ogo Oluwa Quarters, Kaba, Kogi State. Events from traditional marriage to the registry where they sealed their vows and the reception where guests were entertained will linger in the memory of the couple, family, and friends for some time to come. Parents, other family, and friends were not short of words of advice and encouragement for the couple.
At some point, everybody will have to get to this point in their life, and I'm happy we chose well, we chose right, because we've all had positive feedback, positive leaders from friends, family, well-wishers, about both of them, because like you seem to be amazing together.
There should be no discrimination between them, there should be no segregation between them. They should also remember that the both of them are not from the same state. The tradition, the culture, and everything is different. So they have to stick to this and keep
more places come to display, more people, and a lot of things should become prosper in life.
Love conquer everything, whether we like it or not. When you love each other, when you love your brother, you love your sister, everything is up.
My advice to him is he should be a good husband. You should not look any elsewhere because he has a beautiful wife.
I'm really excited. I wish her peaceful married life.
Very much happy for him because most of the people were thinking that this program will not hold, but we thank God. You can see the mama crowd that attended the wedding now. So my advice for him is just for him to be patient and know how to manage his family.
The couple say they couldn't have wished for more.
I love him so much. I love him so much.
Not just a wife, a mother, my mother, and to the special grace of God, she has been a
The defection of scores of National Assembly members from the All Progressives Congress is arguably last week's biggest issue on Nigeria's political scene. On this week's Views from the Streets, we will be hearing from the people what they think about the wind of defection and its likely impact on Nigeria's political landscape.
And relating it to party, yes, they should be able to also manage their issues at party levels. But where it is established that there are issues, of course, we know the Nigerian politics is not based on ideology generally, but it's based on personal interest. And so where their interests are truncated upon in situations like we saw in the RAPC and the APC leading to defections now, such situations can lead to people wanting to change their loyalty or change their parties. But like I always say, or I always tell people, an old wine in a new skin does not change the taste. Nigerians should be able to use their teeth to count their tongue with what is happening.
Going to another party, it will affect them because a stained shirt also will stain others. So it might not work.
When we look at it, some senators presently, about 2 of them have returned back to APC. We don't know what might happen at the end of the day because this is the journey of politics. And you and I should know that anything can happen because Muhammad Buhari can decide and the APC can decide to call them back by setting them.
Those are the same people who have been bringing problems to this country. And when the APC stand on ground, they all bring themselves down to the party. You understand? And when they see that the kind of corruption they want from the party, the Mr. President is not allowed that to stand. They have to defeat back to where they come from. So that one is not realistic.
Well, we were expecting that. It has happened before. And what we are seeing today, I think it's even better than yesterday. And if you are going and you cannot see your front, you have to do a turn around. So we did not see it as even defection, but turning around. That's what we see now. They are turning around back to their home. And we expect them, and the PDP is big enough to take care of them.
I rejoice with the Senate and the rep members that decide to leave the party we call APC to the beautiful party so far in West Africa, which is PDP.
Many of them they come because of their own personal interests, not because of the interest of the masses. Because many of them feel they cannot get tickets in their various constituencies, that's why they are defecting. Some of them will just hear their defection from like my senator that represent me. We here you don't even consult us. You just hear in Abuja that our senator has deflected to PDP. That is for your own personal interest, not our own interest.
If Nigeria will continue with such a kind of democratic government, at least there will be sustainable development in the country as far as democracy is concerned. But for these people to defeat from APC to PDP, they are the same people from PDP now that came to the APC. Why? Because they know they cannot make it. Without Buhari, they cannot make it.
Their own defection to others various party is like they did on their own benefit. It's not for our own benefit. So they show us that they are not with poor people. And the president shows that is with the poor people. So if the president can be with us, then let them go where they want to go.
This is where we draw the curtain on this week's edition of Kogi in Focus. Make it a date with us. Same time, same station next week for another 7-day review. And as I always say, please do unto others what you would want them to do unto you. I'm Oluwatosin Osuji. Have a wonderful week.